Welcome to Trading Lounge and the S&P 500 for the 21st of July. Now, normally I put out a video. This video I put out comes out in Sydney time, and that's anywhere between sort of 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock in the morning. And last night, my evening, which is kind of London opening time, I put a short video out, an update on the S&P 500. And I mentioned this a week or so ago, that I would, if necessary, if I see things, then I'll put out a video on that sort of London opening time. So what I'll do on our website is that I will call this video that I do in the morning the closing bell, and the one that if I do one in the evening, which will be around, could be 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening, then London time, then I'll call that the opening bell. I'll leave those two videos on the website each time and just replace them. Alrighty, the opening bell one will really just be like a 5-minute video, just a quick update after the Asian opening. Okay, that said, our little B wave here is starting to stretch out a little bit, and I don't think that we can keep this count any longer. But what I said last time is that we're expecting a little more, one more push up in 5 waves, and then once that's completed, then any move further than that, we will change the count into having a wave 4 sitting here for this, and then moving up a bit higher. So we'll see a move higher across into this area here, but we'll take a closer look at that. First of all, I just want to stay with this count here for a moment, and let's go in and have a look at that. So from this wave B here, we were looking at this being wave 1 and 2 in here, and 3 here, and A and a B and a C here for wave 4, and then we were looking up through here. Now I know that it looks like 5 waves in this little section here, but when you really pull it apart, it's 1 and 2, and then we're looking for wave 3, and then we're looking for wave 4 here. And then in our little opening bell video last night, we talked about this here, and essentially if the 32 became the resistance, then we would look to the downside, but it had to be breached, and it wasn't breached, as you see, so we were long to the upside. So we're going to count the 5 waves up into this structure here, and our target to the upside was always group 2 up here, which is 32.65, 32.72 and 32.80 into that section there. So once that has completed in here, once we've got our 5 waves in this section here, then that's the final top for this here. We can't take it any further than that, and then any breach above that, once we understand these 5 waves here, any breach above that, then we'll have to rule out this particular B wave count, which I don't particularly like, because you don't really see, if I just come back to the daily chart here, you don't normally see wave 1 and 2 with a B wave this high like this as an expanded flat. You can see it down at the beginning of a trend, especially in Forex, but not really here. So this wave 4, and a lot of the markets around the world are this wave 4 here as well, coming up for 5th wave here as well, a lot of stocks. So just back to this intraday chart here. So our job was just really to understand this move here. So based on that, we'll just continue to move in here. So from wave 4 here, we were looking at wave 1 and 2 in here, and then 3 here, and then 4 here. And even it was really quite wide here, it never really came back, it came back to where it should have come back to, and that was that. And then we just had to expand this out into an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, and then counting 5 waves up in this little pathway here. So let's just drill into that a little bit further. So in the last video, in the opening bell, we counted from here. There was an impulse wave down here, and that's why I put the video out, because If it was going to go down any further after these 5 waves here, we'd see a rally back up to the 61.8% and then a move back down here, and the job was to go short under here or to go long above the 3220 area through here. So it held out quite nicely. As I mentioned in the video, we had this as a corrective move, and then we had this whole move here as a corrective move, and this one here is a little bit tricky to work out, but it's probably some sort of A, B, and C here, and then this 5 waves here, 4 wave C here, so a larger ABC pattern here, and then we're counting this up here. So I'll just go straight to the tick chart here now and bring in a little bit more data. So when we spoke yesterday, we were counting these little 5 waves down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're down at this point when we made the video, and yeah, we never found the 3200 here as the resistance, so we didn't get that trade set up here, but we had support on the 32 here, so we can go long from that point. In counting this up through here, we can look at this as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, then wave 1 and 2 here, and then I'm just taking all this as the 3rd wave or 4th wave here. So we've still got further to go up here for this. So there'll be, if I can just straighten this up here now, there'll be some 5th wave here, 3rd wave here, 4th wave here, and 5th wave here for this. So it may stretch up a little bit higher, and we may have to use this level up here, the 3,300, which is the top of group 1, and getting support on this level here, that will take us to 3,500 at that point. Okay, so that's what we need to look at there. So in terms of the bullish count, we can look at it like this here. So just in a bit of a nutshell here, looking down as an A wave here, a B wave here, and then 5 waves down here in a C wave, remembering that this high here was the high on the cash market to give us our 5 waves here. Then we need to look at this as an impulse wave here. So if this is correct here, this can take us up to the 3,400 to the 3,500 area through here. We will see first of all, we can see that just in terms of trading, that that we've had a nice in its own way, it was always resistance here until it became support over here, and the idea is to have these highs here, then down to this high here. So this is the point that that we'll be long at through here on this, and you can keep your stop here for this. Once these 5 wave finishes here, I think taking a percentage profit at 3,272 would be a good idea, just a percentage profit, and perhaps leave some skin in the game, because the market does look quite bullish at this particular point here, and what we could expect here is a move up into the 3.3 here, and then we'll see some sort of pattern here coming across here like this, and then we'll see another move up to 34 or to 35, depending if the S&P is leading or if the Nasdaq is leading to the upside at that point. So yeah, that's about it at that point, and we can just drill in here and have a closer look at sorry. So it would count pretty much out like this here with would have to use this as wave 1. I don't like using this as wave 1 because this here I counted it as 5 waves in through here and pulling it apart. So yeah, but it's the best fit, so we have to go with that at this point here. So like I said, we still, to turn this bullish here, we really need to see that support sitting on this level here for this. We need to see some type of correction here, and then we'll see that move to the upside at that point. And we'll also look to build in the long position again on this side over here for this. So that's where the next long trade will come in at that point. And yeah, so just to recap everything, what we're doing at the moment is, if I can just go back to the say the 1 hour chart here. On this structure here, we're just waiting for these waves to complete through here, This will probably be taken out, so we can remove that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up into this group 2 area here, and we'll just observe it. If it finds this as support here and then continues to move up here, then we'll be looking at the bullish count. If the group 2 here becomes the retested resistance after it's traded up in here and sat in these 3 levels here, if it comes out of that and finds the 65 as the resistance here and drops down from that point, then we'll start to look at the bearish side. But we wouldn't really be able to short this unless we had a clear evidence, and probably the 50 here, the 32.50 becoming the retested resistance would help us on that bearish move to the downside. But otherwise, the market's trending up, and we need to respect that and stay with that. And the next level from number 2 here, this is all of group 1, 1, 2 and 3 here, and if we get support on top of 3 here, then we'll find ourselves looking at 35 over here. But let me just go back to the daily chart for a moment. I'm just thinking of the old high over here for that, which comes in just above the 34. So because we've got history here, then that's obviously going to play a part. We're not into blue skies here, so we'll just need to be a little bit mindful at these highs here for this. So, alrighty, that's it in a nutshell. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.